Hi there, welcome to Apple World. The entire time they're attempting to persuade me I'm crazy. In this video, we plunge into the charming universe of Hollywood and the encounters of two notorious figures, humorist Dave Chapelle and rapper Ice Cube Square. As of late, Dave Chapelle gave an admonition to Ice Shape after the two of them had uncovered the supposedly clouded side of media outlets. As we investigate their disclosures and concerns, we uncover the potential perils they face for standing up against the Hollywood elites. Go along with us as we dive into this enamoring point and look at the effect of their activities in 2005. Dave Chapelle, the famous jokester behind the colossally well-known Chapelle show, stunned the amusement world when he suddenly left the show and took a holiday in South Africa. This unforeseen move left fans and industry insiders confounded, addressing what might have provoked Chapelle to leave at the pinnacle of his profession. Hypotheses emerged recommending illicit drug use or psychological well-being issues, which have potential reasons anyway. Reality ended up being very unique. Chapelle, disappointed with where his show was taking place, felt constrained to move away from the serious spotlight. He pursued a striking choice to leave a stunning $50 million contract with Good Times TV, a movie that left numerous in dismay. Yet how could Chapelle leave such a worthwhile arrangement? What might have driven him to settle on such an exceptional choice? Chapelle later uncovered that his takeoff was a challenge. The shifty idea of Hollywood, he saw the business as an enormous element that continued taking without offering back, regardless of the huge outcome of his show. Chapelle guaranteed that he didn't get a decent amount of the benefits from the makers envisioning making a hit show, and not getting compensated for it was a significant and dispiriting acknowledgement for Chapelle. Quick forward to the present, and Chapelle is currently conveying an admonition to another industry heavyweight. Ice Cube Shape has as of late been vocal about his prohibition from the world-class Hollywood club and the difficulties he faces. Thus, he's been broadcasting out his complaints, revealing insight into the guardians in showbiz and sports and the battles of the people who weren't essential. For this restrictive club in a video explanation, Ice communicated how being outside the business's internal circle makes the guards frantic. He highlighted the obstruction he faces for not having any desire to be a part of their club. This brings up issues about who these guardians are and why they hold such a solid hold over the business. In addition, it's not simply Dave Chapelle and Ice Cube who've taken a stand in opposition to the more obscure side of media outlets. Kanye West, the candid rapper and the style of magnate, has likewise been progressively vocal about his own encounters. He's guaranteed that his straightforwardness has driven organizations like Hole and Adidas to betray him in any event, proposing that Forbes has betrayed him, making his fortune dive. These episodes, alongside Chapelle's advance notice to Ice Shape, furnish us with a brief look into the cruel, real factors of Hollywood and the music business. They shed light on the difficulties faced by even the best people and raised worries about double-dealing control and the likely contentions of interest inside these businesses. As Ice proceeds with his central goal of uncovering Hollywood, he strolls in a way that others like Chapelle and Kanye have currently done anyway. Their encounters additionally act as a useful example showing that standing in opposition to the business elites accompanies its own arrangement of difficulties and potential repercussions. These disclosures from Chapelle Ice Cube Square, what's more, Kanye West flash discussions about the requirement for change inside the business feature, the foundational issues and shifty practices that exist and empower a more profound assessment of the diversion world. The reality of their activities and the potential perils they face in uncovering Hollywood elites is a subject that we will investigate further in this video. Chapelle's alerts to Ice in the wake of uncovering the Hollywood elites have not slipped through the cracks by different famous people inside the business. Their responses have been shifted, displaying a scope of suppositions and points of view. Many fans and allies of Chapelle Ice Shape and Kanye West extol their boldness to stand in opposition to the shifty acts of the business. They see these VIPs as utilizing their foundation to reveal insight into significant issues and trust that their activities will prompt positive changes in corridor Hollywood. These allies accept that the guardians controlling the business should be uncovered for expected control and abuse by specialists. Then again, there are cynics who question the inspiration driving these VIP activities. Some contend that they might be looking for consideration as opposed to really looking for change. These doubters propose that these VIPs knew about the thing they were getting into when they entered the business and ought to acknowledge the great with the terrible. The responses from individual famous people have likewise been blended. Some have shown fortitude and communicated help for Chapelle Ice Shape, and Kanye sees their endeavors as an impetus for vital discussions about industry rehearsals. These famous people might have had comparative encounters or seen the difficulties looked at by untouchables in the business anyway. There are likewise individuals who stay quiet or have misgivings about transparently supporting these candid figures. They might fear expected backfire or harm to their own professions in the event that they fall in line with such contentions. Media outlets are known for their complicated elements and sensitive equilibrium of connections, making it provoking for certain VIPs to freely embrace or censure the activities of their companions in general. The response from different famous people to Chapelle's advance notice to the ice-solid shape subsequent to uncovering Hollywood elites has been a blend of help, suspicion, quietness, and determined reactions. The fluctuating suppositions and viewpoints mirror the intricacy of the business and the individual contemplations that VIPs should explore while resolving such combative issues. As the conversation proceeds, it is not yet clear the way in which different famous people will decide to draw in with these issues, and whether they will join the discussion about the requirement for change inside the amusement industry. The effect of their responses and the possible fortitude among VIPs could play an essential part in molding the fate of Hollywood. The circumstances encompassing Dave Chapelle's admonition to ice shape in the wake of uncovering Hollywood elites are certainly serious and raise huge worries about the inward functions of media outlets. The weightiness of this present circumstance lies in the potential repercussions and perils that both Sanctuary and other blunt figures like Kanye West might look for in standing up from the beginning of time. We've seen occurrences where VIPs who rock the boat or shed light on industry rehearsals face kickbacks, boycotts, character deaths, or even legitimate activity. Chapelle himself encountered the results of facing the shifty nature of Hollywood when he left an extravagant agreement. Kanye West has likewise confronted repercussions, guaranteeing the organizations and distributors betrayed him after his straightforwardness. These models feature the power used by the Hollywood elites and the potential dangers looked at by the individuals who try to uncover the more obscure side of the business. The watchmen and compelling figures who control the account and shape vocations might capitalize on their leverage to safeguard their inclinations and quietness far off the earnestness of this present circumstance, which is additionally highlighted by the continuous discussions and conversation set off by Chapelle Ice Cube Square and Kanye's disclosures. Their words have lighted discussions about fundamental issues like abuse and the requirement for structure inside media outlets. These conversations question the decency, value, and morals of an industry that frequently focuses on benefit over the prosperity and innovative freedoms of the specialists, besides the potential risks looked at by Chapelle Ice Cube and other people who decide to stand up against the Hollywood elites. It might prevent different VIPs from joining the discussion out of dread of professional harm or individual repercussions that could smother